Whenever I test something new inside my Spotify growth campaign, I always like to create a new ad set either by making one from scratch or duplicating an existing ad set to test the new creative or targeting or whatever it is that I'm into at the moment. But sometimes you have two ad sets that are performing equally well and you want to combine the two of them. So how do you do that? Well, in this video, we're going to walk through how to combine two ad sets into one so that you get the benefits of both. Now, if you're new here, my name's Tom, and on this channel, we talk about music marketing, branding, business, and a host of other things that are going to help us move from making music as a hobby to making music as a business. And today, we're going to take a look at how to combine ad sets inside of Facebook ads. Now, as I said before, there are going to be some times when you have two ad sets that you're split testing where things are performing kind of just as well across both of them. So it makes sense in these scenarios to combine the two ad sets so that you minimize the amount of optimization time if you should add something new, and you kind of collect everything into a more organized setup than you had previously. So let's dig into Facebook ads and I'll show you exactly how to do it. So here in Facebook ads, we're inside of my Spotify growth campaign. And as you can see, I have two ad sets that are performing pretty much the same across the board. So if we take a look at some of these metrics from the past 6 weeks or so, we can get an idea of this. So the two ad sets are for my song Hero and for my song Lions. Now they've got a different amount of conversions each, but all of the statistics are kind of the same as far as percentages go. So the same cost per view content at 9 cents, the similar cost per impression at 45 cents and 41 cents, same cost per click, 6 cents per click, landing page view, 7 cents per landing page view, again, 9 cents per action. The click-through rate is even almost identical at 0.73% and 0.68%. And then, of course, we've got a bunch of video plays at 95% at the end. So this is a great example of two ad sets that I would want to combine moving forward so that I get the benefits of both of the ads, but just inside of one ad set. So to do that, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to create a new ad set. Now, you might think when you combine two ad sets, you're going to be able to pull data from one into an existing ad set, and then you have the benefits of both without having to make something new. Technically, you can do that. I could pull the ad for Lions and drop it into the ad set for Hero and rename things, but it's going to send that ad set back into the learning phase. And my whole MO is to try to avoid that as much as possible. So I always like to duplicate and make changes inside of the duplicate rather than making changes to anything existing. Even outside of this particular video, this particular concept, if I want to test or try anything inside of either one of these ad sets, I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to make a new ad set and start from scratch. That way I don't disrupt the existing advertising I have going on. Everything I have that's existing is working really, really well. So I don't want to mess with that. So that's why I want to take my chances with something new. Because if the new one doesn't work out, I haven't upset the old one. These are still going to keep going for a period of time, even when I combine them into a new ad set, so I always have my bases covered. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of these to start with. In this case, we'll start with Hero just because it's on top. So I'm going to hover over that and I'm going to select duplicate from the right side. So we're going to keep all of this the same. We're going to have the original campaign, one copy, and we're going to keep the box checked at the bottom. And then from here, we're going to select duplicate. So once we get here, we're going to call this something a little different. We're going to call this Hero and Lions. See what I did there? And then we're going to leave the rest the same and remove the copy at the end. So this way I know what's going on here. We're going to scroll down and just kind of eyeball everything. The pixel's right. Conversion event is correct. I'm going to start this on Friday because I like to be in the habit of starting things on Fridays. Friday is new music release day. Friday is the day that I generally will set things to start. And it's the day that I'll set things to turn off because I like to run all of my tests for at least a week. You can get away with 3 days at minimum if you want to, but I like running things for a week just because it gives me that much more data. And I'm not in any hurry to get things optimized further because I'm in a good spot right now. So we're going to set that to go live at midnight on Friday. And we'll scroll down here. Manual placement stays the same. Everything else stays the same here. And then we'll go to the ad level and just confirm that everything is the same there as well. So scrolling down, Everything looks good here. So now what we're going to do is, instead of hitting publish on this, I'm going to close it out. I'm going to go to the top left and use the X. We'll go to close. Now we're going to go back to our original ad sets. Now I'm going to go through on the Lions ad set, and I'm going to select this Lions ad, and I'm going to duplicate just this ad. I'm going to put it inside of the new campaign we just made. So from this window, instead of leaving original campaign selected, we're going to select existing campaign. It's kind of the same because it is in the same campaign, but we want to select a different ad set here. So we want existing ad set. I'm going to remove this. And now we have Hero and Lions trigger countries expanded, which is the one we just made that has yet to be published. Number of copies 1, leave the box checked, and we're going to select duplicate. So now inside of this new ad set, we have both of our new ads. I'm going to change the name of this by removing the copy and leave it exactly where it is. So now we've got this new ad set at the ad set level, and we've got the ad for Lions, and we have the ad for Hero. And now these are both inside of this new ad set. So what we've done is we've combined all of the parts of both of these original ad sets that we want and put them into one brand new ad set. I wish there was a way to pull in the data from an existing one and put it in an existing one without sending it back into the learning phase. But unfortunately, that's just not possible. Anytime you add new ad creative to an existing campaign, or to an existing ad set rather, it's going to go back into the learning phase. Anytime you edit anything at the ad level or at the ad set level inside of an existing ad set, it's going to go back into the learning phase. So as I said before, I like to do it this way. That way I keep my bases covered and I don't disrupt the good campaign that I have currently going. So before we can hit publish on this, there's one last thing to do. Obviously, I've got a big warning error at the top here. So I need to review this error and get rid of both Thailand and Indonesia in my targeting. So I'm going to edit this, and we're going to come here, and we're going to remove Thailand and Indonesia from our targeting here. We'll save as new. So once that's all done, we'll go back to the ad set level, and then we'll come to the bottom here, and we'll select publish. So now this brand new ad set is set to go live this Friday, and is going to run alongside the existing ad sets for a time until it kind of gets its feet underneath it. So now I'm going to run all 3 of these ad sets for a window of time for at least a week, probably 2 weeks before I turn anything off. So all 3 of them are going to run together. I want to make sure this new ad set kind of has its feet underneath it before I turn anything off. Make sure the new one is performing well before you turn off the other ones that were running before it. That way you always ensure that your best ad set continues to run. So that's it for this video. This is how I always go about combining ad sets. So if you do find yourself in a scenario where you've been split testing some things at the ad set level and you want to pull it all into one, this is how I recommend you do it. Now, before I let you go, if you don't subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And at the end here, I have a couple other videos you can check out. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.